Today we're going to do a broad overview of the subject of marketing, which is what comes before the more detailed modules on this subject. I'm going to talk for about 15 minutes, and I'm going to put across some thoughts and some concepts to you that are, in my experience, will always help you to find new customers. Now let's look at, first of all, where marketing sits in the business cycle. In my book there are 5 elements to the business cycle. Marketing, which finds you customers; operations, which satisfies your customers; people, which of course deals with the management of people; the administration, which really I'm talking about efficiency and systems; and finally, making some money. I'm often asked, isn't marketing really largely about selling back to old customers who keep coming back for more? And I say quite emphatically not. Marketing cannot achieve that. All it can do is to bring you in new customers if you're doing a good job, and it's only the giving of a good service that's going to bring back repeat customers. Why would marketing bring back somebody who'd had a bad service? So for that reason, I say marketing is only about finding new customers. Now, the worst sort of marketing is, I think, the best understood. It's about advertising, leaflets, PR, events, sponsorships, image building, waiting for the phone to ring, of course, because that's what all those good activities are meant to do. And the major thing is, it doesn't expose you to the risk of being rejected. It is very expensive, it sells very little, and it results in a huge cost per sale. And bad marketing has got all sorts of knock-on problems for you, because you're really dependent on introductions, on the likes of Yellow Pages produce inquiries for you. You're obliged to wait for the phone to ring. That gets you involved in lots of quoting if the phone rings a lot. It gets you to the sort of customers who want to argue price, and leaves you hoping for an order. And if you get that order, then, and if you price cheaply enough, you will, you'll find yourself then trying to satisfy the wrong sort of customer, which is going to give you low profits, frequent changes to the specification, delays, disputes perhaps, because the sort of customer that you get, the sort that shops around and is looking for the cheapest and everything, probably it's quite hard to get your money, and because you're having to be highly reactive, there are regular panics going on in your business to keep these sorts of customers anywhere near happy. And I'm sorry to tell you that the best marketing is about dealing with rejection. It's quite boring, it's pretty hard work, it can be painful. It involves research, analysis, targeting, the building of databases, the cleaning of records, picking the phone up, putting out mail shots, going out and networking, but generally being proactive and, above all else, being prepared to ask for the order and cope with the rejection that will often bring. But this form of marketing is very cheap, it sells a lot, and achieves a tiny cost per sale. Good marketing means that you can negotiate with the right sort of customer, because you've done your market research, you've opened up your new markets, you've developed products that people want, you're finding new contacts all the time, you're using the internet intelligently, you're getting new inquiries coming in of the right sort, you're quoting for the right sort of work, you're not afraid to go out and sell, you're raising awareness for your business all the time, and you're using account management techniques to manage your prospects as well as your existing customers. And of course all of that means that through being able to satisfy the right sort of customer, you get high profit margins, the ability to plan clearly, your customers pay you well, you find that they're fair people to deal with, you get paid promptly, you make a good profit, and of course you get repeat orders. Good marketing is about the systematic operation of a whole series of really quite simple processes that collectively lead to new customers on a continual basis, and if you do a good job of looking after them when you've got them, they will also continually place new orders. Now, within our marketing program, we've got a series of modules. There's 9 that you can see here, and there are 9 more video presentations that follow this one, picking up on each one of these. So we're talking about a series of modules which are designed to be implemented by you and are based on successful project work with 10,000 small and medium businesses. What we're doing is we're using the practices of big business and applying them simply to small businesses. And if you look at the website, you can see them all. So let's think in terms of getting organised to do your marketing. First of all, always use a system wherever you can. You needn't let that worry you in terms of extra work for you or complexity. It's very easy to find part-time people in your community who can probably work all these systems for you from home for a pretty low cost. That leaves you free to do what you do best, whatever it may be. It may be selling, it might be quoting, it might be delivering a service, it might be organising teams. And talking of quotes, automate the quoting process so that you can put up the same high standard of quotation every time you do it. You don't miss anything, and it means that you can make sure that you've built the right profit into the job or the product before you price it. And it's also highly efficient rather than writing things out time and again. Go to all sales meetings yourself, certainly in the early stages where you're developing new products and entering new markets, because that's how you're going to get the quickest feedback and how you can make the required connections to your products and your marketing methods until it really is working well. And just sell what you're really good at. Really focus on your what's known as your distinctive advantage, your distinctive competence, the thing that you can do better than anybody else, and lead on that. And if you do all these things, you will find that new sales will roll in. But keep doing them. Don't have a success and have a spike in sales and then lay off the marketing for a while. Even when you get too much business, keep marketing, because there's going to be a moment when you don't have enough. And these activities will get the value of your business way up from where it is at the moment. So just understand these few things. We're not talking rocket science here. None of this is difficult. If the more you go out and ask for business, the more you will get of it. And the more that you wait for business to roll in, the more you'll get bad business. And do look at what other people do to sell things to you. Look at how you are marketed to as an individual at work and as an individual at home, and learn free of charge from the successes and the failures of the people who try to sell things to you, and learn from them. Whatever you do, be aware of the gurus. These are the chaps who will want to spend your time and your money, particularly your money, getting you into advertising, into brochures, into expensive promotions and events. Be aware of this. In my experience, that is the worst sort of marketing. It's the most expensive and it's the least effective. Not all gurus are bad, but do watch the chaps who want to sell you these sorts of products. Be more inclined to listen to the ones who think that they can target the right people for you and get you into direct dialogue with them. Then I think you need to start listening, because you may well have the right sort of guru. And on that point, just make sure that whatever you spend in marketing, budgets and time terms, just keep asking yourself this: before you spend it, before you invest the time and the money, is this investment, is this activity going to get me into direct dialogue with a decision maker who's got a budget? And if it isn't, don't do it. We have a lot more modules on this subject. By all means, feel free, go to the website, have a look at what else we've got. There's some good practical stuff there. Meanwhile, thanks for listening to the overview. We'll be speaking again.